The Mandalorian, Chapter 8, Redemption. I'm Joe.
And I am Richie.
Thank you for joining us. Please subscribe to our channel. Plenty of other great videos coming up. All right, Richie. So we're about a week late because I took a little time off for the holidays. Plus, I didn't feel so good.
No, it's no problem. Everybody needs a little R&R, especially after the last debacle of the Star Wars film. So I totally understand.
Yes,
Yeah,
that definitely set my emotional state back a lot. I was harsh on episodes 1 through 5 of The Mandalorian, and I was okay with 6, and then all of a sudden 7 I liked.
Sure.
I guess, what could I say? That this was the 7th and 8th episodes of this show was better than probably any of the sequel trilogy films. Would you agree?
I would say so, because surprisingly, although The Mandalorian wasn't developed that much, I felt more invested.
Yeah.
For such a short time span, I felt way more invested. So
yeah,
that's my take of it. Yeah,
all the characters that we met all kind of came back.
Oh, everybody loves a reunion.
Yeah, everybody loves a reunion.
Yeah.
The 7th episode left us on a little bit of a cliffhanger, and the 8th episode sort of resolved everything and set up a second season, set up a direction for the second season. And I guess I'm gonna have to walk back my comment from the last video that I wouldn't be excited. I'm not gonna say I'm excited for a second season, but I'll say I'm ready for it.
I would say on my end that I am looking forward to it. But I mean, like, if you listen to everything else that I've been saying this past all the episodes this season, I look forward to all the following ones. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the next season because it had a nice close, but it left on a cliffhanger to show what the next villain's gonna be or what adventures could they go on. And I don't know, I'm really looking forward to Gus Fring, with his Darksaber. But I guess we'll get more into that,
Some of the things I've critiqued in the past seemed to work in this episode, and what I'm talking about was that trope central that the show has been. In this case, almost worked. Perfect example was the very beginning with the 2 stormtroopers acting goofy.
Shit.
And then they're talking and they want to just come into the town and they're being told that no, it's not a good time for Moff Gideon. So they almost set him up as his formidable badass, but at the same time they set him up as the typical idiot villain. They're at the gates with the baby. They should have just came in.
I guess he's a typical officer of the Empire that you never know if they'll decide to shoot you behind your back for whatever reason. But they had the asset.
Yeah.
So it's a little silly that they. You know what? I don't know.
Well, no,
I don't know what to tell you.
No, but I'm not complaining in this case. It worked for the tone of the episode that they're like, can we check on what's going on? And they're like, let's hold off. He just killed somebody who tried to interrupt him. And then later in the episode, he reveals to the 3 people he knows who they are. We finally get the name of the Mandalorian. We learn that Cara Dune is from Alderaan. And then he says, I'll give you to nightfall to think about it, and he walks away. At the very, very end of the episode, when the Mandalorian wins and he shoots down his TIE fighter, he just lands.
That was a good sequence.
He just lands on the ground, and there's
superhero landing.
He just a superhero landing, and Apollo Creed is like, "Well, Mando, good work," and then. We got all the stormtroopers. The whole place is cleaned up. Yay!
It was. I mean, how else would you expect it to go?
Yeah.
I mean, it
is
a little bit silly.
It was campy, but it worked. It was the tropes that I was complaining about in the beginning. It seemed to work some reason. I don't know why, but it seemed to work a lot better. Where it just had that kind of it was almost like the end of an old Star Trek episode where they're just hanging around chuckling.
Yeah, it definitely left off that kind of vibe. And it's maybe you're feeling that way and I'm feeling that way because it's coming to a close for this season, so we're more susceptible to, these campy traits. But I like camp. It works. I mean, for me, unless you want something more serious. So Whatever, man.
So let me ask you something. So are you
What's up?
when he cut his way out of the TIE fighter, did you know what that sword was?
Not at first, because I didn't watch Clone Wars.
Right, okay.
I thought it's obviously a lightsaber. I'm like, okay, I'm not that familiar with the lore to know exactly what that is, because that's way different than every other lightsaber I saw before. But after doing some research and that it was like from the first Mandalorian Jedi, and I'm like, well, okay, that makes sense that he would fabricate a different lightsaber
Right.
for himself, and being passed on. And I mean, honestly, this got me interested in the Clone Wars saga. So
Well, now you can now you can
now I
watch
feel
it.
much, right?
Now you can watch it.
I mean, if I'm not going to cancel my Disney Plus now, I could definitely.
Like the rest of the planet has done, cancel Disney Plus. What was your favorite part of this episode?
That would be when they're on the River of Styx,
Uh-huh.
and pretty much after IG blows himself up in a very nice self-sacrificing way. Moff Gideon's TIE fighter comes in, and of course Apollo Creed is just telling Baby Yoda to do the magic hands. I don't know what it is, but that just stuck out to me, and I'm pretty sure it just stuck out to everybody else that it was such a fun moment.
Yeah, that was cute.
Yeah, so that was definitely the highlight. In a close second, which for some viewers, maybe even for you, would be the two stormtroopers shooting at the can
Yes.
and missing.
Yes, I know.
That was
fun.
That was fantastic.
Now what
and it was their blasters that were like out of sync. You know, it wasn't tuned right apparently.
Well, I think what it
no.
was at first. At first, I was wondering, like, was Baby Yoda like messing up their bullets or something? And then I watched it again. And I realized no, it was more like an Easter egg to how all throughout the years they've always said how the stormtroopers just couldn't shoot straight and how they never hit anybody.
How did you feel about punching Baby Yoda?
I mean, that was like it was a bit abusive. But whatever. I'm sure he could take it.
Yeah, no, he could definitely take it. I could tell that a lot of people were offended by it, but that is Taiki Waititi's humor.
Yeah.
You know, it's just absurd.
But they're villains.
It works.
They're villains. Why wouldn't they punch the baby?
That's very true. I mean, it makes the scene even better when he got shot. They got shot down. So it was definitely worthwhile. Yeah.
I liked the when IG-11 comes back and he busts into the town and starts shooting up anybody. And they have I like that. They have the cute shot, a close up of Yoda, Baby Yoda, in joy as they're driving really fast. I like that. He wiped out the whole time.
Yeah.
And then I did like IG-11's sacrifice at the end. I think we could all agree who were happy wasn't under a mask the whole time, and that would be Cara Dune.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Taking charge.
Kicking
ass.
She's very sexy.
Most certainly.
So do you have any closing thoughts on Mandalorian Season 1, Richie?
I would say if you haven't seen the episodes yet of The Mandalorian and you're tuning in, well, one, everything's spoiled for you.
Yeah,
now.
why? Yes. Okay.
But two, it was a really fun season, and definitely looking forward to the second one. It's good TV. I mean, who doesn't like good TV?
Yeah,
That's pretty much it.
my closing thoughts are that to me it was rough sledding. It picked up. The last two episodes saved the season. So for me, it saved the season. I mean, I know that I'm probably in the minority because I know a lot of people like the rest. If you liked all the episodes, you probably are like me, only elevated. You probably thought if you liked them, you probably thought the first few episodes were good, and then the 7th and 8th were just like aces. But I would say they were good enough to even be better they were definitely better than the last sequel movies. I mean, as far as like feel, like it actually felt like Star Wars. It actually had that,
It did.
A major complaint.
Exploring the worlds and
Yeah, a major complaint I had about like the sequels they just came out with, especially the last one, was the scale was way too goddamn large. Why do we need to have thousands of battleships? This just had what you need, which was just a platoon, like just a couple, dozens of stormtroopers. You don't need to have, thousands of ships, dozens of stormtroopers versus a handful of people. That felt like danger enough. You don't, the smaller scale works for Star Wars and things like that.
I believe so. People could definitely connect to that more instead of having like big battles. And even when you do have big battles, it's like concentrating more on the a few characters within that battle, which for some reason it's like comparing to like say Rogue One, which obviously they didn't have 1,000 ships appearing out of nowhere when they were on the planet in the end, but it was they still had extras there fighting, and it still felt intimate that you connect and you're worried about the characters. There was a lot going on in the last film, so yeah, like you were saying with the platoon, it definitely just connected way better, and you paid way more attention.
Yes,
and I think that was great, especially with the River Six, and when the stormtroopers were waiting right by the opening. It's like, well, how are they going to get out of there? They're going to shoot their way out or whatever, and then the sacrifice.
Right.
I mean, by IG, it felt satisfying, Yeah,
it feels more real. It feels like, okay, so if this was the Star Wars movie we just had, if there was a dozen troops waiting outside a hole, they would just run out and shoot them like they did in the movie. But that's not. That doesn't connect with the story. This connects with the story. That you actually a dozen guys with blaster rifles are supposed to be dangerous, and it's like not thousands upon thousands of ships, and it's just stuff's blowing up everywhere. That small scale stuff just works so much better. And
totally,
this was this stuff was good. All in all, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see if I still have my free. Am I still going to have a free subscription by the time it comes out? I think so, because I think I launched. I think it'll still be within the year. I'm not sure.
Great season. Looking forward to the second one. That's pretty much it.
Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel. Until next time, bye-bye.
See you later.